Yo! It is absolutely no secret that Marvel Rivals has a Vanguard issue, as in they don't have enough. There are a ton of strategists and a ton of whatever they call damage in this game, I can't remember. But the Vanguards, or the tanks, as any other game would ever in the world would call it, there aren't that many. There are not very many whatsoever. I think there's like half as many Vanguard as there are strategists, and the other thing, not even put together, but just in separate whatever like sections. But yeah, this is just going to be a video showing off some characters that should be brought in as Vanguards, and honestly, just some characters that I like that I feel like don't get talked about enough, especially some of them don't. But yeah, there's about 13 in this list, and yeah, I'm gonna do a video like this for strategist and the other thing, whatever damage is in this game. I just cannot remember what it's called, man. But yeah, I'm gonna do those later. But today we're doing Vanguards because they genuinely need to bring some new Vanguards in, like, quickly.
Intro. Intro. Drop it down. Word to your mother.
First up is everyone's favorite X-Men, except for me and the majority of people. But he's got to be in their top 10 at least, right? Yeah, right. This is Beast. If you don't know who Beast is, this is just a giant gorilla-looking man. Looks like a blue Sasquatch little man, and he's extremely intelligent. He's like... Honestly, I feel like Overwatch took Beast for whenever they were trying to work on Winston, because Beast and Winston have the same type of like weird personality and everything. They're extremely intelligent and always make weird little jokes and everything. And yeah, they're basically the same character, except one is persecuted as a minority and the other eats peanut butter. But basically the same thing. But yeah, the Beast would be amazing. With my comparisons to Winston, you can probably tell that he would play quite a lot like Winston. Now, if they did Beast, I would want a skin for his evil version. There was a time where Beast was a bad guy. There's been a time where basically all of the X-Men have been bad guys at least once. Even Angel, the one that no one likes, freaking chicken wings over there, was whatever, whenever Apocalypse changed him. I can't remember what he was called. Fallen Angel? Was it Fallen Angel? Or was it something else? I can't remember. But the point is, Beast would be cool. He'd probably just be jumping around, you know, a lot of slam attacks. They could incorporate his intelligence somehow, I'm guessing. I don't really know how, but I think that I just want him in this game because, like I said, he's a cool X-Men. Okay, next up we have Colossus, which I am actually fairly certain is probably in everyone's top 5, like, X-Men characters, like, period, because, I mean, it's Colossus, come on. He's like, he's a metal Russian dude. He's so cool. But yeah, in a pretty recent comic, it was shown that Wolverine could cut through Colossus, just in case anyone was wondering. Yeah, he guts him in this new comic, and it hurts my feelings so bad. I love Colossus so much. But yeah, Mother Russia. I don't know what else to say about him. He's really cool. He's basically an unstoppable object. And the next person we're going to talk about is an unmovable force. Wait, oh my god. Unstoppable force, immovable object. Boom. Yeah, that phrase I messed up. It doesn't really apply here because a Colossus is movable and not completely unstoppable, while Juggernaut is genuinely unmovable and unstoppable. Juggernaut is freaking insane. This dude, he's just crazy. I love Juggernaut. He does not get as much attention as I wish he would. He doesn't get enough love, and if you ask me, I think the only thing that had him even partially right was the Deadpool 2 movie, and seeing him in live action was so cool. But I still want him to be in an X-Men movie. Whenever they bring in the X-Men to the MCU, they need to bring Juggernaut in at least one movie that isn't that stupid live-action version, because the stone helmet just does not look good. That's a stupid-looking helmet. He looks more like Ram Man from He-Man than Juggernaut. But weird rant about all of that aside. Juggernaut would fit in this so well. He is literally a tank. He can have a charge attack. He could have a just busting up the ground attack. He could literally do anything. You could do anything like physical based with him, and it would work. It would just work. And I think he would absolutely be my main for Vanguard. He would be so cool. Okay, let's talk about Luke Cage next. Luke Cage is basically a lesser version of Juggernaut whenever it comes to his powers. Like, his skin is completely impenetrable. He's extremely powerful. If you've only seen the Netflix series, you have only grazed the surface of how powerful this man is. Luke Cage is genuinely insane with his power set and everything. And his costume, while it's extremely simple, a yellow t-shirt, would be absolutely amazing. And with the the character designs of Marvel Rivals, you know what I'm saying? Wink, wink. How every dude and chick is just the sexiest creature you've ever seen. Yeah, Luke Cage fits that perfectly. Just make the yellow shirt a little bit tighter, and there you go. And, maybe give him a little, Brazilian butt lift while you're at it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Luke Cage is such a cool character. If you've only seen the Netflix series, please go read some comics. I love him so much, and everyone thinks he's so weak because of the Netflix series. And he's not even weak in that, he's just depowered so much because honestly, nothing the Netflix series throws at him would even phase him in the actual comics. Okay, now we're getting into some genuine heavy hitters with Apocalypse. Apocalypse is a X-Men villain, if you don't know, one of the very first mutants, or he says he is. There's been a whole bunch of different origin stories for Apocalypse. I don't even want to try and get into it. But yeah, Apocalypse would be absolutely amazing. The moveset for him as a Omega level mutant would be insane, or I'm pretty sure he's Omega level. The stuff I've read about him says he's Omega level, but what mutants are Omega level and everything changes from comic to comic, except for Storm. Storm is always Omega level, which is sick. I love Storm. They need to buff her in the game, actually. I think she's like the weakest of the damage characters, but she needs to be buffed to where she's genuinely an Omega level mutant. But yeah, this right here, yes, Apocalypse is a need. I think if they do an X-Men, like a mutants themed season or something, he needs to be the main character that's coming in. Okay, next up is Fin Fang Foom. Fin Fang Foom. There we go. That was so much. I can't say it that fast. All of these names start with the same letter or end with the same letter. It's just freaking insane. Peter Parker. There's a bunch. I'm not gonna start naming them all off, okay? But yeah, Fin Fang Foom is just a giant dragon dude. He's fought Thor. He's fought the Sentry once. He's fought Hulk multiple times, Thor multiple times. He's a heavy hitter. He is a big man, and I think him and Marvel Rivals would be absolutely sick. The abilities he has, obviously fire breath, obviously shape changing. I think that would be really cool if he got super giant for his ultimate. There's a lot they could do with him. He's just a really cool character, and honestly, I just wanted to give him some love because this is one of my favorite Marvel character designs in general. I just think he looks really cool. There's a panel where he's fighting Thor, a whole bunch of them, and his fingers just look so weird, and I love it. And his teeth are so gnarly. Just everything about him is just so cool. Okay, I don't really have that much to say about this one. It's Surtur. Ragnarok. If you've seen Thor Ragnarok, you know who Surtur is. If you've read the Thor comics, you know who Surtur is. If you've played God of War Ragnarok, you know who Surtur is. He is a huge part of Norse mythology and a huge part of Thor's whole comic history. Just Surtur is insane, and Surtur is a huge part of other people's comic book history, because whenever I do the video talking about the damage characters that need to be brought in, I'm going to be speaking on Beta Ray Bill. That's a little sneak peek, I guess. And yeah, Surtur has a pretty big part to play in his story in most incarnations. So yeah, this Surtur, he would be sick. He's just a giant dude with a flaming dude with a sword. That would be awesome. Next up we have Odin. Now I know for a fact the MCU has negatively impacted the common man's outlook on Marvel Universe Odin because, well, I mean, in the MCU, he is an old man that sleeps a lot and lets a lot of horrible crap happen. While in the actual comics, Odin is this all-supreme god warrior who has slain many enemies, fought Galactus on multiple occasions. He was the creator of humans in the Marvel Universe. I don't really understand why they changed that in the MCU. I don't really get that. I don't really get any of the changes they made to Odin. They made him a really lame old dude that sleeps a lot. That's literally it. But yeah, Odin is actually an hugely powerful creature in the Marvel comics and the creator of the humans. He has fought Galactus multiple times. He's fought multiple like galaxy-ending people. In the comics, in some comics, he was one of the first Avengers in the Dark Age Avengers, or whatever they're called, the one with the mammoth riding Ghost Rider, one of the very first Black Panthers, and the actual Phoenix Force is in it too. And yeah, that's like an alternate universe thing, or like actual comics. I don't know, man, but it's just a look into what he could do in the comics, and then the MCU just kind of threw that all out and made him a grumpy old man that hated everything and slept a lot. And that's stupid. Odin is cool. He's a cool dude with a lot of cool powers. They didn't even introduce the Odin Force, which is weird. That is really weird, actually. That's a huge part of the Thor comics, and then the Thor Force. Thor has had a glow up in the new comics. I'm gonna go on a small rant really fast, but Thor has the Odin Force and the Thor Force because he's the new king of Asgard. And so he's got two of those. That's like two of the most powerful things a Thor could have like ever. And he's beaten Galactus and Galactus's boss. Like, Thor's so cool in the new comics. But yeah, Odin is awesome, and he needs some good representation in something other than just the comics. Null was straight up confirmed in like the first trailer we got from Marvel Rivals, so I'm fairly certain he's either going to come in as a just a character in the story or a full-on character you can play. Hopefully, a character you can play. But Null would make an absolutely amazing Vanguard or fighter, like a normal like damage character. But I think him as a Vanguard would be better, mostly because we do not have enough Vanguards. Season 1 is bringing The Thing, which is someone I was going to put on this list before that trailer came out. But yeah, The Thing is coming in, so we'll have one more Vanguard. But yeah, him as a Vanguard would be sick. Him as a damage character would also work, and him as a support character would also weirdly work. He doesn't seem like a character that would work as a support character, but with as much stuff as he has to just grab enemies or move the allies out of danger, there's a lot of stuff that he could do as a strategist. Galactus would be an absolutely amazing Vanguard. We already have Galacta, meaning Galactus exists, which, I mean, obviously every single character exists. This is a huge multiversal story and everything, but Galactus would be sick. And if we ever get Galacta, we could get her as a strategist or support or whatever it's called. I'm pretty sure it is strategist. But yeah, that would be sick. His ultimate could be basically Jeff's, except it's just the top of his head. He grows giant, the top of his head, and his mouth is open, and it just and he eats everything in front of it. That would be sick. Or he uses a black hole or something. I don't know. There's a lot you could do with Galactus. He's literally one of the most powerful creatures in Marvel. He's kind of like Thanos, though, to where Thanos is really powerful too, but he's also the character that gets completely just decimated by any other big bad that's coming in, just to show that they're more impressive than them. But I mean, Galactus definitely has a better track record than Thanos whenever it comes to that. But yeah, Galactus would fit in this game so good. And their designs and everything could make his armor look even cooler. Like, I love his armor. He looks like a transformer, basically, except for that one like sliver of flesh. But I think the design team for Marvel Rivals could make something absolutely amazing for him. He looks really cool already, but yeah, I want to see Marvel Rivals design for Galactus, even if they don't bring him in as a character, actually. Okay, we've got one more after this spot, but this is the most boring one that I put on here, so I am going to go ahead and do it like this. This is a Sentinel. Just a Sentinel. Nothing impressive or cool about it, just a Sentinel. I like the Sentinels. I think they're cool. They're little genocide machines, and genocide it is uncool whenever you're doing it on Wolverine and his friends. But I like the Sentinels. I think they're cool. That's basically it. And the super move, X-Men 97 is super popular right now for good reason. If you haven't seen it, please go and watch it. I don't even like Disney. Like, I think as a corporation, Disney sucks. Well, I don't think that's a mold breaking type of statement to make, but X-Men 97 is like the best thing they've ever made since they've acquired Marvel. I haven't seen Deadpool and Wolverine yet, though, so don't attack me for saying that. Yeah, the Sentinels, that would be sick, and the ultimate would be the Kaiju Sentinel. Can't remember what they're called. Uh, yeah, whatever. The Kaiju Sentinel. It goes in one spot, stays there, and you can shoot lasers from it. That would be sick. That would actually be sick. Or summoning in more Sentinels, and just as they fly down and attack or something. That would be really cool. Just, there's a lot of things you can do with Sentinels. Sentinels are really cool. And if you wanted to, for a skin, or just as the main Sentinel character so that you can have more abilities and stuff to use, you could make them the ones that mimic characters' powers, like in X-Men Future Past, the live-action one, not the good animated one. But yeah, that would be pretty cool for just a design change and change of their power and everything. But yeah, Sentinels, pretty boring choice, but pretty cool choice too. They look like they are wearing a beanie on their head. They may be cold. I just now noticed that. That's so weird. Okay, let's just go straight from the most boring one that I put onto here to the most 90s one that I put on here, which is Onslaught. Onslaught is an X-Men villain that is Charles Xavier and Magneto combining, and I'm pretty sure Red Skull is in there somewhere. Maybe, I can't really remember, but I know for a fact it's Charles and Magneto, and it looks sick. It is the most 90s thing I've ever seen, other than a character that's going to be in the video about the Damage characters, because there's a Spawn character in there. It's not actually Spawn, it's Marvel took it afterwards, but you know what I'm saying. Spawn is a very 90s comic book series is what I'm saying. But this right here, this is the perfect amount of, oh my god, there's so much edge I might cut my finger, and also just enough, oh my god, that's so badass. I love it so much that it is the perfect blend of everything I love, and I want it in this game so bad, and it would make such a good Vanguard. Just look at it, just that design. God. Ooh, so toned, so peckalicious, so Magneto. Yeah, I don't know. I just like Onslaught's design. Even if you don't know who Onslaught is in the comics, you love this design. I can tell you that right now. It's just perfect design. And he would be so cool. He could have a melee. He could be melee. He could have kind of like Magneto has with the shooting. He would basically be... I wonder if Onslaught should just be a design for Magneto. Maybe that's what it should be, because it is basically Magneto's design, just with extra armor and everything. Maybe that's why I like it. I really like Magneto's design, like the red and purple design, so maybe that's why I like it. It's just a super jacked, sexy version of Magneto with extra armor. And cool little talons. Yeah, this is just awesome. We need this in Marvel Rivals. I don't care if it's just a skin for Magneto or it's a full-on character. I'd much rather it be a full-on character, though. Yep, that was all of my ideas for Vanguards. Not all of them. Obviously, there are a ton of Marvel characters. Some that I know personally that would be absolutely sick, and some that just are so out there that I don't think anyone knows about them, because there have been so many really weird characters in Marvel that nobody remembers them. But yeah, tell me, do you know of any characters I didn't say? Comment them, and I'll tell you whether it's stupid or cool, because I am the only opinion that truly matters. I don't know. Comment, like, subscribe, all of that type of stuff, and tell me if you agree or disagree with any of these. Do you think any of them should be made into a strategist or a damage character? Because Marvel Rivals has a very wide array of types of characters that could be in each section, each like Vanguard strategist, all of that. So I mean, I don't know. They're very loose and open about what characters get placed into what and what type of abilities they can have. So, like I said, a character like Null could fit into any of them, because like how I don't want to say open and loose again because it sounds kind of weird, but open and loose they are with like how the characters can act within each uh, mechanism of the Vanguard and damage and support and all that. But yeah, I don't know. Just tell me if you agree, disagree, all that type of stuff. Like, subscribe. Uh, I don't know, man. See ya.